and it's going to be green light racing here at Monza. Here goes Noah. He's going to try and go wheel to wheel with the leader. Vic, once again, back on the top step. We did say take it easy. Oh my goodness. Sinead's going to go for it here into 14, 15. Side by side. Is it going to be Mercedes or is it going to be a BMW?
Good evening, ladies and gents. It's Thursday night. We're here at Phoenix Sim Sport, and you are on board with the Tatuus Challenge. 2 races to go, round 9 here at Austria. Before we get into things, just a little shout out to our affiliates at Asetek Sim Sports. So if you're in the market for some new gear, some new sim gear, pedals, wheels, go check out Asetek. Get to the checkout on their website. And once you get there, enter the code Phoenix Sim Sport to get a lovely 5% from us. But yes, welcome everybody to the Red Bull Ring, formerly known as the A1 Ring here in Austria. And yeah, we got 2 races left to go here in the Tatuus series. Let us bring up our top 10 here for you. So our runaway champion this season was Kenzo, aka Mr. Shinzo, with 721 points. We have Miku on second with 471, Cabanas with 432, Narashito on 348, Mav on 318, Tasso on 192, Fiala on 182, Stradioto on 178, Pariah with 140, and Blester with 120. So as much as the championship is wrapped up, we have still got plenty to go in for. There's lots of runner-up spots left to go. It's not over yet, that's for sure. But oh boy, are we looking forward to this one, as the session is just getting itself running into qualifying. And a very good evening to you as well, Craig. Glad you have joined us on this wonderful Thursday evening. I'm ready for some extremely fast action round an extremely fast and furious circuit. I'll get some little stats for you up about the Red Bull Ring. Originally known as the Österreich Ring, before formally being renamed the A1 Ring, which ran and held the Austrian Grand Prix from 1997 to 2003, before obviously the track was deemed unworthy for Formula 1. And the reason it got its name, the Red Bull Ring, is because Red Bull big man, Dietrich Mateschitz, decided he was going to buy it, and he did on the 15th of May 2011, and then renamed it aptly the Red Bull Ring. And since then it has hosted all sorts of things: F1, DTM, F2, and the Styrian Motor. So that'll be MotoGP, but they called it the Styrian Motorcycle Grand Prix. Remember back when we had this whole global thing going on? There was 2 races here, the Austrian Grand Prix and the Styrian Grand Prix. And the reason they called it the Styrian Grand Prix is the region they are in Austria. Styria. But yes, there's a lot of rings. A1 ring, hello bunny. But yes, the A1 ring, the Österreich ring, and now it's the Red Bull Ring. So as you said, a lot of rings. They like rings here. But we are just waiting for quality kick in, 10 seconds till the action starts, so we will nip ourselves in, get our audio back up as we get ready to go with qualifying today. 10 minutes here round the Red Bull Ring. Will it let me start the session, please? Start the session. Start the session. Start the session. Oh my goodness, what is going on tonight? Sorry folks, everything is just getting on my nerves slightly. Let's try this. Start the session. Thank you, AC. Right, let's get into it folks, shall we? So it is qualifying, and we have quite a few numbers on the grid today. So the likes of Mav is there, Cabanas is there, Pryor is there. We have a newcomer in Gambushi, who is joining the series. So welcome along, Gambushi. Let's hope for some good running tonight. Then it's Brizen's in, James is in. We have 419 as per usual. Miku is there, Peck is there, and Savkin is also rocks up. Championship winner, Mr. Shinzo, deciding he's not participating this evening, but with the championship all wrapped up and done, can't really blame him. He's probably busy with other things as well. But we're going to get onto the on-track action here tonight, folks. And it should be some fast times, very fast sweeping circuit here at the Red Bull Ring. I just need to try and remember not to call it the A1 Ring because it was rebranded a long time ago. But us old people, we do remember it as the A1 Ring back in the day. Let's get some lovely views here up in the Styrian hillside. Very up and downy track, a lot of elevation here at the Red Bull Ring, lots of straights, fast flowing circuit, very fast corners, long straights, plenty of overtaking opportunities. Ah, Crag got a podium here. Was that be the Formula 2 Championship many moons ago by any chance, buddy? Because if it was, I remember that race because I went 4 wide into turn 1 and unfortunately got sent to Narnia. Because that's what happens to me. This is why I don't race, and I sit in the commentary box. But, yeah, we're expecting some quick times today. I think we are looking at... I don't know why, for some strange reason, Race Lab really likes to annoy me with my OCD and move my things, but I think everything else is in order. Everything else is in order. Lovely. So, 7 minutes to go. And we have everybody on track. As you can see, we have mostly soft runners today. Miku has decided he's going to take his qualifying runs on the mediums, as has James. We'll ignore my name, because clearly I am not racing this evening. But yes. Oh, F1. You got a podium in F1. Good on you, Craig. It's never quick enough for that, me. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. Well, let's see how the medium runners will fare against the soft tyre runners, especially Miku. Miku's got a lot of pace and has done all season, so let's see how he does against the soft runners. So we have Miku on the mediums already setting the provisional pole time there with 1:31.67. We have Mav with 1:30.6, so he's 4/10 off on the softs. We'll see who else we have there. James goes 3rd, Cabanas 4th. Dropping Fiala back down the order. And we're going to see. We're going to go on board with the new guy, Gambushi. He's on his out lap right now, and we're going to see first and last podium. I know that feeling all too well, buddy. Don't worry. So we're going to go on with our newcomer, Gambushi. Let's see how he gets on for his first flying lap. There, Cabanas is also out, trying to get his done. So Brizin goes P2 there. Peck into P5, dropping 4:19 down into P6 currently. We still have 6 minutes on the clock, so plenty of time to go. Savkin and Fiala yet to set respectable times, as well as Gambushi. But he is just getting started. So we're going to have a little follow-up on his run. Prior, Matt goes 4th on the softs, so Miku very much dominating on the mediums right now. I would have thought the softs would have been quick round here, but we all know Miku is another level of quick. And we'll wonder, with Mr. Shinzu not being about this evening, will Miku get himself a little bit of a runaway, or are there going to be others that are going to be pressing him for victory this afternoon? Or this evening, should I say. Now remember, this is qualifying for race 1, which will be grid set of qualifying order. And then we have race 2 after that, which is reverse grid order from the results of race 1. As we see Savkin throws himself up into P2 with a very delightful 1:30.1 as Miku goes a little bit faster, a 10th in there, and he sets himself a 1:29.9, so just under the 1:30 mark. Great run there from Miku. And can we just get a little audio check in chat? What are the mic and game volumes like? Do you need more game? Do you need more mic? Do let me know. And I will adjust. Cabanas finally gets a lap in. 1:56, so it is more of an outlier setter lap. We are expecting for him to go quick, as we're on board with Gambushi. Coming round the final set of corners into this one. Very hard to try and not nick the curb and go too wide. And we've said it. That'll be our track limits for Gambushi. He's going to have to go again. Yep, that would have been a... what do we call it? Track limits warning. And that would have seen his time off the board, and it was. So on board with Savkin. Let's see if he can get improvement on the 1:30.1 as he goes very wide in the second to last corner as well, and that'll ruin his lap, unfortunately. Very, 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 very difficult, the last part of this track. You think it's two very fast sweeping corners. They are, But if you get that line wrong, you're going to go wide and you're going to lose your time. So Savkin going for another pot shot at 3.5 minutes left of qualifying to go. Can anyone pit Miku to pole as he's run out on the hards now, and Savkin has decided that's enough for that lap. Fiala still yet to set a time. Let's have a little look. Let's see what he's like. If he can actually get a decent time on the board. Cabanas yet to set a time as well. Same with the new driver. He is yet to set a time. So we have 3 drivers yet to set a time. We say that 2 drivers yet to set a time as Cabanas sets a 1:39.74 and plops himself lovely and nicely between Pryor and James into a snug P7. But still, Miku out in front, 1/10 ahead of Savkin, who is only 2/10 ahead of Brizan, a further 10th ahead of 419, 2/10 ahead of Maverick, who's only a 10th ahead of Pryor. Then there is a small gap, 3/10 back to Cabanas. Then we see a little bit more of a gap open up, 5/10 to James, with a further 6/10 back to Peck. So the top order, it's very tight. You've got a second gap between P1 and 7 this evening. So expect some extremely close fighting between all the drivers up ahead. 2.5 minutes left to go, just under 2.5 minutes. Let's see if we can get some times on the board. 2 drivers yet to set a time on board with one of them, which is Fiala. Coming into the last corner, can he hit his apex? He's gone a little bit wide in the apex, but he kept it within track limits. Let's see if we can get a respectable time on the board, or at least a time on the board. And we do. Fiala up to P9, dropping Peck down to P10. So it's just Gambushi left to set a time. And he is on a lap. Mav is also on a lap. Let's see if we can find Gambushi on track. Let's see if we can catch him, at least getting to the end of his lap time. We've had no real changes in the order so far, as we are on board with Gambushi there. So Miku, yep, still heading up the order, followed by Savkin and Brizan in P3, 419 in 4th. Cabanas pushes himself up to 5th just there and then. Lovely lap time there from Cabanas. Maverick down to 6th then, Pryor down to 7th, James in 8th, Fiala in 9th, Peck in 10th, and on board with Gambushi right now, trying to get his lap time in at the back of the field at the moment, P11. Again, a few drivers not making this one this evening. This is a DLC track, so not everybody will have it. But those who have turned up, thank you very much. Let's make this a heck of a spectacle this evening. And I'm expecting it so, with such a tight field, very fast track, plenty of overtaking opportunities. And the Red Bull Ring is known for favouring the brave, as we've seen in many other races. Matt pushes himself up into P5. Lovely lap there from Matt with a 1:34.21 as Gambushi comes across the line. And it is a P9 from Gambushi in his first run. A 1:31.226, pushing Fiala down to 10 and Peck down to 11th place. 33 seconds now as Fiala goes ahead of Gambushi with an improvement there. So Fiala up to P9, Gambushi down to P10, and Peck back down in P11. But we are into the last runs of this qualifying, so this is all or nothing for those who are out. At the moment, those who may squeeze to get a lap in, we're just going to have a look. Number 8 is coming across the line, so James will make it across the line. Is Cabanas going to make it across the line in time? It's going to be tight. He just makes it and no more. Savkin is not going to be able to start another lap. This is it. So it looks like the only folk that are going to get a lap in here are James, Cabanas and Savkin. Those who were previously out, which were 419, Brizan, Gambushi, who we're on board with right now, Fiala and Peck, they're the only ones that will also get a time in. We did see a change there, and I think it was Brizan jumping ahead, or 419 jumping ahead, sorry. This looks like it could be a good one. Gambushi then, his final push. Can he make an improvement from P10? He goes for the line. And no improvement from Gambushi. Oh, there was an improvement, just a little bit slow. Up to P8. Great lap there from Gambushi. With a weird place to stop, but he's there. Who we still got left on track? Fiala. Does Fiala make an improvement? It doesn't look like it. That looks like it could be your order, folks. Couple cars to come around the track. Only Cabanas left to go. We're going to go on board with Cabanas if we can get to him in time. Please let me switch to the right one. Thank you. Cabanas rounding the last corner now. Can he make an improvement on P6? Here we go. It's all out. It's flat out. He hits the line. Is it an improvement for Cabanas? It is. What a lap. 132.8 through 3, and he sneaks P3 at the death. What a lap there by Cabanas. And that will really throw the championship alive, because between Miku and Cabanas right now, there's next to nothing, and with 2 races left to go, they will need all the points over each other that they can get. So there we go. Here is your standings after qualifying. And I tell you what, folk, all 11 drivers within 1 second overall in qualifying. This is going to be a very, very interesting race at all. So Marcel Miku, congratulations, takes P1 on the mediums. So a fantastic run there from Miku. Savkin in P2 on the softs. Cabanas on the softs in P3. 419 also on the softs. Brisen in P5 on the softs. Matt did his lap on the softs. Maverick also did his lap on the softs. That's P7. Yep, got the new guy. I can't give it Gambiche? Sorry, I keep forgetting. He did his on the softs. I wish it would fill out the full name. Terrible for me to forget your name already. I do apologise. Peck, he did his on the softs, and James, he did his on the mediums. According to this, Fiala did his on the hards. We'll have to see. But what we're going to do, folk, is we are just waiting. The countdown is on, and then we're going to get ourselves underway for race 1. So bear with me just a second. I need to go address the cat who is desperately wanting to get outside. Alright folks, we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes till race start. The cat's now outside, so he shouldn't be pestering me anymore. I'm looking forward to this one, absolutely for sure. I'm going to check with 419 on the grid for the start. We still have some time, folks, so if you want to go grab yourselves a quick coffee, cup of tea, a drink, anything you want, quick stretch to the legs, now is the time to do it, because we still have 2.5 minutes until lights out here at the Red Bull Ring for the Tatuus Challenge Series here at Phoenix Sim Sport. And oh boy, is it going to be great. 11 drivers on the grid, all of them within a second of each other. Oh boy, this is going to be some race, I tell you. We've got a different mix of compounds on the grid as well. It looks like 419 is taking mediums, Miku, Savkin, Cabanas, Peck, Fiala, all on the hards, everybody else on the mediums. So no soft runners for this first 20-minute run. And no surprise, I cannot see the softs running for 20 minutes without problems here, but we shall see. Will the mediums last the whole stint? Well, the hards will, but will the mediums last the whole stint? Will the hard runners come into it at the end? And seeing Miku on the hards could be very interesting, but we know how good Matt is on those medium tyres, down in 6 at the moment, but he seems to have the Perez touch with his tyres, and he could ramp it up near the end of the race. And it is Gambushi. Do apologise for some strange reason, it doesn't like displaying your name fully. And I will, while we're here waiting, I just need to remove that there so you can all see. And we are going to leave fastest laps up and the gaps up, as well as tyres and positions. Oh, Gambushi and Peck have decided to change to the soft tyres. Big risk, big gamble. Will it pay off? We'll have to see. 50 seconds. It's all getting really, really, really close, folks. 2 races to go. The championship may already be over, but by goodness, there's still a lot of pride and positions to be made further down the grid. It's not over. The final standings are not complete here. As we see 419, he's getting himself all prepped up, we can see. The revs are going. I need to remember to get off the grid, because my car is definitely not in a great position. Here we go. The lights are going. We're all blank on 6, but that won't last for long, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're holding, and we're about to go green light for the Red Bull Ring Tatuus Challenge Grand Prix. And what a start by 419, all the way up the inside of Savkin, and Miku is going to make a blinding start. A bit further down the grid, what have we got? We're going to go on board with Maverick. We can see Peck there trying to jump the line. We're going to quickly back to pits, not do what I did last week where I ended up exiting the game like an absolute pleb. But we're going to go on board with the new guy, Gambushi, at the moment. He is sitting in P9. He is behind Peck at the moment. Mav! Oh, Mav! Taking a hit from Peck. That's trying to drop Peck all the way down the order. So there was a bit of a argy-bargy there. And up on board with Cabanas now on the hard tyres. So we've got a bit of an eventful first lap. Miku checking out already. The gap already at 1.3 seconds. Then we have this battle between 419 and Savkin, just ahead of Brizen, who's just ahead of the on-board that we're with right now, which is Cabanas. You can already see there is a gap spreading out, so there's a lot of action, a lot of slowing up behind. And Miku out front, checking out already on those hard tyres, as we see 419 and Savkin battling hard. I'm going to go on board with Savkin right now as we see him go off. Oh no! He's going to drop it and try and get back into it, but what happened there? Something happened between 419 and Savkin is worse off for it. Brizen has lost a place to James, so maybe it was Brizen and Savkin that came together. A lot of cars going wide round the final corners. We see Savkin right at the back behind Peck. Peck is all over the back of Gambushi as well. Miku has checked out 2.2 seconds up the road. Then it's 419 who has got himself a little gap now to Cabanas, who has Pryor all over the back of him. We are now on board with James, who is being passed by Brizen by the looks of it. And Mav is definitely in amongst this as well. Fiala just a little bit further behind at P8. Peck is there, P9. We see Mav going up the inside. Well, in the middle, I should say. What a move. So Mav in between Brizen there and James, as we see Peck going a little bit wide. And yeah, Mav's got the elbows out today. He knows that if he gets a good run of points today, he's going to move up the championship order. As we see him down the inside of James again. Breakdis light. Savkin is battling with Gambushi down there. Oh, there's that Gambushi going wide. It sounded like it. And he has dropped himself down to P11. I can't see those softs doing too well or struggling. I had noticed Peck had originally started on the softs, but before race start, it looks like he has switched to the hard tyres. So only Gambushi at the moment is on the softs. Currently sitting down in P11. So we have a bit of field spread at the moment. Going to go on board with Cabanas in P4, chasing the back of Matt Pryor, who has gained a bunch of places but runs really wide there on the last corner, and that's going to give Cabanas the run up to turn 1 down the inside. He has got the straight line speed as Matt had to back off the throttle there, and he should take P3 into turn 1, and he does nice and clean. But Matt is not one for giving up. Probably one of the best attacking and defensive drivers we have on the field at the moment, and it looks like he's going to go straight for a comeback for turn 2 here on the outside. Obviously Cabanas is going to have the better braking point. Is he going to be able to hold it? He does. Very tight line there from Cabanas. Matt won't be able to go around, but is he going to get the check back on him? We'll have to see. It's going to be a good run down. Miku now 2.7 seconds in the lead. Really checking out. Biggest battle here is Matt and Cabanas. Cabanas looks like he has just got ahead of Matt and no more going into that section. Yes, he has. He's made it and he's stuck it. Mav battling in P7, very much midfield at the moment on the back of James, who is over the back of Brizen, you can see right now. These two are going to be battling hard, I think. Matt on the mediums, Cabanas on the hard, so Matt will want to take advantage nice and early here of his softer compound of tyres. He'll have more grip earlier on. It'll take a little bit for the hards to get warmed up. That definitely doesn't seem to have affected Miku in the slightest. We're almost up to 3 seconds up front now. The gap. 419 running his own race at the moment nicely. But we'll watch this. Mav goes wide, Peck goes wide, Savkin in the back there as we watch Matt try to go up the inside of Cabanas. He's having to pull back in. He just didn't have the run on them there. But he's definitely not going to give up, that is for sure. I'm going to plop our way a little bit further back now because Brizen's under pressure from James right now. Matt is starting to fall off the back of this couple. And I think James is going to do everything he can to push it. You can see Matt ahead all over the back of Cabanas trying to force an error. So James has a small lock up there. And that may introduce a better run up for James coming down here. Peck and Fiala battling really hard just behind. And it looks like Peck does have the jump on Fiala there, up to P8 for Peck. We did see Fiala running wide. Sprays in, lovely little line. James just a little bit too tight there. Cabanas has stepped out a little 4/10 gap now to Pryor. 4:19 dropping even further back from Miku now. The gap 4.2. Miku absolutely running away with this one. Prison very alternating lines from James at the moment, but there's nothing between these two. Extremely tight. 0.2 of a second up to 0.3 now. The gap. Plop a little bit further back now because I'm starting to see a little bit of a battle on it, and it's Fiala with Savkin, who obviously had that first lap incident. He's going to have to try and make his way back up the order. Gambushi struggling a little bit. He is on the softs. He's only done a couple of laps, but he is struggling quite a lot. It looks like James has made the move on Brisen. He has, and he made it quite early. It looked like in the final corner as well. So that's Brisen up to P5. James up to P5, sorry. Brisen down to P6. Gap between Cabanas and Pryor now is 0.3 of a second. So the field spread is very much open right now. Miku leading from 4:19, Cabanas in 3rd, Pryor in 4th, James in 5th, Prison in 6th, Mav in 7th, Peck in 8th, Fiala in 9th, Savkin in 10th, and Gambushi in 11th. I do feel like Gambushi at the moment is struggling. Just hope he can try and make some time back. 13 minutes to go still here in race 1, folks. So there's still a long way to go for these guys. Let's see how the medium runners will cope, as their tyres will start to go off soon. Not right away, they'll still have a good few minutes of running in them at their peak performance. But I would say around about the 14-15 minute mark, this will be where the crossover point will happen. And the hards will become the faster tyre. Not like it's affecting Miku right now. 5 seconds is the gap between P1 and P2. So Miku very much running away with this one. And race 2 will probably looking to do a last to first challenge. So we want to keep on board with that one for sure. Cabanas trying to stay out of the slip, trying not to give Matt slipstream there. And out of all this, James is really starting to claw in on those two. Mav having a little look at the back of Brisen. Fiala has made a move on Peck in the background. They're a bit further down now. Like Peck has made a mistake somewhere because he has dropped right off the back of Fiala suddenly, and Peck has gone right backwards. So something's happened to Peck. As we see Mav and Brisen going for it. Mav trying a little brave move around the outside. Is he going to make it? We'll see when they come out of here. Who's going to have the drag run? It looks like Brisen's got it for now. Mav may have the better run. Brisen's going to have the line into the next turn, the right-hander. He's going to have the inside line. But is Mav going to be a bit braver on the brakes? Let's see. Going to be nice and give each other space. Round the outside. Are we going to see any Lewis Hamilton and Alex Albon incidents? No, we're not. Round the outside goes Mav. Thank you very much. And that is P6. Brisen isn't going to give up, though. And he's looking to try and make the move straight back on Mav on the outside. Oh, it's close. It's close, but Mav holds on. Our battle's going a little bit further ahead. Matt has made the move on Cabanas and passed, actually. We haven't noticed that. And look at this. James is all over the back of this. So he made his moves earlier on, and he is really starting to come through with some pace. A little bit wide there from James, so they have to back off a little bit going around the last corner. They all make it round sweet and sound. So Matt making very good use of those medium tyres, getting past Cabanas. And James all over the back. Mav now up into P6. Brisen, though, all over the back of that orange car that you can see coming into the picture now. There is Mav, and there is Brisen all over the back of him. A little bit further back, you see Fiala there. And then a further 9 seconds back is Savkin. And Peck had obviously pitted, so he's on a new set of tyres. Or has he pitted to retire? Let's see. Oh, Gambushi has retired from the race. So we are down to 10 runners at the moment. On board with our leader, Miku. Stretching out a lovely 6-second lead. He is in a very comfortable place right now. Total control. The only person that can upset his race right now is himself. .419 then 6 seconds behind, but holds a 2.6 second gap to Matt, who's extending his lead to Cabanas now to 1.3 seconds. So those mediums have really come alive at the optimal moment for him to kind of gap. As we see, Gambushi is coming out the pits to continue the battle. There is Peck at the moment, P10. Through the order as we see Brizzen and Mav are there. This fight between James and Cabanas is not over, not by a long shot either. And it is all action. Everyone's kind of splitting up into their own little groups of two almost. It's a little bit like Noah's Ark onto the Ark. They came 2 by 2 is pretty much how they're squabbling on track right now. See Cabanas making a little lock up there, but he does get a fantastic exit. James struggling a little bit on the exit. And maybe that is because the medium tyres are now starting to struggle. As we'll see where the hard tyre runners will start to come into their own. We're going to keep an eye on the gaps between Cabanas and Pryor right now, because the gap is sitting at around about 1 second. But we're going to go on board with Matt because they are coming up behind a back marker, but I believe they are. They are running up behind Gambushi right now. As Gambushi goes off, oh dear. That was quite the jolt off the track from Gambushi. That was one way to get out of the way of the leaders, I suppose, but probably not the way he would have wanted it. And back into the pits and retirement by the looks of it for Gambushi, unfortunately. Not the best race for our newcomer to the series, which is a bit of a shame. Gap now between Matt and Cabanas, 2 seconds. So he's really pushing it. Something's happened to 419 ahead, because Matt has made arm over fist to catch up there. So has 419 made a mistake somewhere? He must have done, because Miku is now up to a gap of 8.5 seconds. And Matt now charging all the way up to the back of 419. He smells a P2. Mav and Brizzen still battling a little bit further back. Let's have a little look to see if we can get on board and see what's going on with this fight. As we saw Brizzen all over the mirrors there, all over the mirrors of Mav. It's hesitant to get on the power there, the both of them. It looked like Brizzen had a little bit of a kick out. And Mav, a little bit more of a straighter exit. So, all quiet on the track so far. James and Cabanas are again battling amongst each other. Somehow James is keeping these medium tyres very much alive with 6.5 minutes left to go. Race 1 here, folks. And this is not over for sure. The gap between Matt and 419 down to 0.5 of a second. Gap between 419 and Miku, however, in P1 is now up to 9.4 seconds. Miku just having a Sunday stroll here, and he's walking away with this one quite well. Brizzen and Mav still battling back there. On board with Brizzen, looking in the mirrors, can't see a Mav just yet. But he's not going to be far away as... what's happened to Matt? Mav, did Mav have an accident? I think he did. Mav's all the way back down to P8, so something's happened between Matt and Brizzen. Oh, Mav and Brizzen, sorry. And Mav, worst off for it, down to P8. He'll not be happy about that one, because he was having such a good run up until that point. Cabanas still ahead of James. Matt still 0.4 points. Ooh, this could get spicy right now. The gap here at the front is coming down quite a lot, to be honest with you. Matt really doing well on those medium tyres. Up against 419. Now remember, if you remember back to last week, Matt, both in the Tatuus series and the MX-5, decided to go against the grain, running the medium compound tyres against everybody else on the hards, and absolutely pulled off a storming result. He did really well for himself again. Just has that little bit of a Sergio Perez touch with the tyres, just makes them last. Very consistent, very smooth driving, smooth inputs from Matt at all. You never see any jerking of the wheel from the guy. Very smooth application of the throttle and brake as well. And very rare to see him lock up. he is now starting to put severe pressure on the back of 419. He's definitely not guaranteed second place here today. But unless something goes seriously wrong up front, Miku is guaranteeing himself a P1. It doesn't make any difference to his position in the championship where it stands. However, it does increase the gap between him and Cabanas, which was very close in the battle for P2 in the championship. So Miki definitely wants to be keeping this pace up, and if he can, he'll really want to defeat Cabanas in round 2 as well, and that will strengthen him up going into the last round next week of the series in his pursuit of P2 in the championship overall. Again, our championship winner, Mr. Kenzo, aka Mr. Shinzo, not with us this week, but that doesn't matter to him. He is that far in front of the championship. He is unbeatable right now and our crowned champion for season 13. So we are seeing the gap kind of steady out about now, 1 second between these two. Yep, 419 currently 10 seconds off the back of Miku, James and Cabanas, kind of stretching it out between the gap. Brizin 1.5 off the back, then it's further 7.5 seconds back down to Fiala, who just over a second and a half. Back to him is Mav, and then Savkin, despite, oh, Brizin, oh dear, Brizin, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, you don't want to be doing that there. Not when you've got Fiala starting to claw up over the back here. Let's see if that is going to bring Fiala in. The gap's still 4 seconds. I think he gets away with it, and only just. So, yeah, that might be a little bit of a... That'll be my first curse to the commentator this week then, in victim being Brizin. In fact, no, it won't be. First victim that I had on camera this week was Savkin, unfortunately. So, curse of the commentator leads to my extended apologies. As it tends to happen, I tend to focus on someone and they tend to be in the bin very quickly. James is starting to really come up the back of Cabanas now. 0.3 of a second. Has James looked after his tyres better than Cabanas right now? Cabanas could really ill afford to lose more places, especially with his championship battle with Miku for P2 right now. The more points that the more points that Cabanas can get, the better. Definitely needed 10 seconds, the gap out at front. 2-6. Two seconds, folks, hold on. Dreadfully sorry about that, folks. I am back. Which means get a little telephone call in the middle of something. We see not much has changed on track since then. It looks like Sapkin has got past Mav. Mav dropping right back now to P9. Miku is walking away with this one. We're going to go on board with Miku. This is the final lap. And let's see his gap now, 12 seconds. 12.9, that's almost 13 seconds back to 4:19. So Miku running a magical mission on those hard tyres in race 1 here, which means he will definitely be starting at the back of the grid for race 2. But for Miku, I believe that's just going to be more and more fun. 4:19 has gapped Matt now. James has obviously dropped back. We didn't notice that while I was on the phone there, folks, so I do apologise for that. 4:19 will take second. Yep, so Miku, he is your race 1 winner, and he wins by a country mile. Very comfortable win there from Miku. Congratulations to him. That sets the fastest lap of a 1:30.3. 4:19 rounds the final corner. He is going to come home P2, and he does it in some style as well. Matt in P3, Cabanas takes P4, P5 is James's. Brizin rounding the last corner now. He is going to take P6. Here comes Fiala for a well-driven P7. Savkin, probably disappointed after that lap 1 incident, will be taking P8. Then into Maverick, he takes the final turn. He'll be utterly disappointed with this one. P9 for Maverick. And Peck, he'll be running around, he'll be rounding the top 10. Still on track and still going. I love the livery that he's got on this week on his car, does Peck. A ode to the Red Bull ring. I'm just going to follow Peck right now as he comes to finish his final lap. And it looks like Gambushi, I'm not entirely sure if he is still on the track or not. We'll check in a wee minute, but I don't think he is. We see Peck, he comes across the line. P10 for Peck. I'm just going to quickly see if we can find Mr. Gambushi. See if he's still, and no, he pitted, so it was a retirement for Gambushi. So your top 10 is completely out of order, so I'm not even going to bother going through it, folks. But all we know is Miku absolutely ran away with that one, folks. Huge gap, and that will stretch his championship advantage over Cabanas for P2. Cabanas only finishing P5 in this race, so it'll be a huge disappointment for Cabanas, but it's not over yet. We still technically have 3 races until the final results will be published, and that will be the reverse grid 20-minute running up next. And what I will do is just have a doubly checkly of where we're going for our last run. Where are we for our last... Oh, so next week, folks, we'll be finishing up at Yas Marina. Lovely track. That's going to be fun indeed to see. But that was it, folks. Miku running away with that one. 4:19 grabbing himself a podium as well, as did Matt, I believe, if I remember rightly. But a fantastic run from everybody that got to the finish there. But don't be worrying, we are going to be just chilling out for a few minutes. As we get ourselves geared up, we're going to go through our wait time. And in the meantime, folks, we'll be right back. I do believe I need a coffee. We're back, folks. We ain't got long before this session gets underway, so we're just going to do a quick grid order here for race 2, reverse grid, which will see Peck on pole, Maverick in P2, and we have Savkin P3, Fiala, P4, Brizin in P5, James in P6, Miku for some strange reason it's completely wrong order. Cabanas is ahead, and then it'll be Matt, then it'll be 4:19, and then it's going to be Miku a little further back, with Gambushi starting dead last for this race, due to the absolute action that we had at the start of we're about to get underway, folks. The lights are on, race 2 is about to go. We're about to be underway with James. Let's see what race 2 has got in store for us as we're lights out and away we go. Great start from Peck there. Not exactly a wonderful start from Mav as we see Miku looking to make a move already on the upside of 419. It looks like he's already done it. Into T1 we go. Looks all clean. It does, as we see Peck making an absolute flying start from Mav up the front there, all squabbles in the middle of the pack. We're going to keep on board with Cabanas for this one because they're going multiple cars wide up ahead into turn 2. 3 wide into turn 2. Who's going to break? It's between James Fiala and Cabanas. Oh my goodness, a massive pile up. 3 into 1 does not go in there. And we have got multiple cars off at turn 2, lap 1. And that is really not good for Cabanas in his battle for P2 in the championship because his rival Miku is now up into P5 and is going to be storming his way up the grid. So not an ideal start there. We're going to go on board with 419 as he presses the back of Miku. Up ahead of that we see Matt and Brisen exchanging places. Miku all over the back of them. Let's have a little look from Miku's point of view. Looks like Gambushi's gone off in the background as well. Oh, we've got lots of action here at lap 1. As Cabanas is going backwards as well. His weekend is coming undone right now as Cabanas, and he's going to be furious. That is his championship battle literally going down the plug hole right now as we see Matt from Brisen, from Miku. Oh my goodness, my car is still on the grid. Good thing that I kind of remembered that a bit too late, but sorry about that, folks. Matt here as we see Miku going up the inside of Brisen, and he is already up to P4 with Matt there. No, Miku! Miku's made a mistake! Miku has made a mistake, and is that going to let his rival, Cabanas, catch up and pass him? It is! It is! This championship battle for P2 is not over yet. As Cabanas takes Miku for P9. So Cabanas will have a big smile on his face seeing that one for sure. He'll be like, hey, hey, this championship battle for P2 is still very much on. But a very rare mistake from Miku to say the least. What have we got going up ahead? Mav's taking the lead. I haven't even noticed that. Mav's in P1. Look at it. We joked about him getting on the podium last week, but could it happen? Oh, I can't believe this. So Mav leads from Peck, coming up to the end of what has to be said is a very frantic second lap here at the Red Bull Ring. Matt in P3, Brisen P4, 419 P5, Savkin P6. James in P7, Fiala P8, Cabanas in P9, and Miku in P10. And then it is Gambushi down in P11. But my goodness, whoa, as we see Peck go very wide around T1 there. This is the man of the moment. I bet you, I can see it right now. The smile on his face knowing that he has a 1.3 second lead at the head of this race. Oh, I can only see it now. All he has to do is stay on track in the position that he's in for the next 16 minutes and Mav gets the podium he's been after for so long. Let's see what's going else on track. Any other further battles? 419 is chasing down the back of Brisen. Savkin a little further back. Then we have Fiala. He's a second back from James. 2.5 seconds further back we have Cabanas. It's not 2 seconds further back to Miku as well. So Miku not progressing as much as he can. Cabanas will definitely want to chase up, get some more places, but a bigger gap between him and Miku. And Gambushi has fully retired from the session, unfortunately. So that's a double DNF from the new driver. Hopefully he can come back a little bit stronger next time. Mav now pulling that gap out in front to 1.6 seconds from Peck, who leads prior by 1.4 seconds. So far, a really good drive from Peck in that special liveried car. An ode to the Red Bull Ring. Savkin setting the fastest lap so far with a 1:31.1, a whole second slower than the previous race. And 4:19 now, sniffing the gearbox of Brizan as he looks to make a run up the outside here, coming up into turn 2. Super fast. Who late's he going to get on the brakes? Is Brizan going to leave him this space? Are they going to go 2-2? Are they going to make it through? And they are. It's 4:19 who gets the run off of Brizan there and up into P4. So, Brizan, 4:19. Looking to maybe get a double podium. Mav now extending that gap out front to 1.7 seconds from Peck. Peck has Matt all over the back of him. 1.1 seconds and Matt will be hunting him down super quick. Cabanas is not really catching up to the back of James all that much. Miku not really catching up to the back of Cabanas all that much. But look at this. This is going to be an absolute seething battle as Pryor is now catching all over to the back of Peck. That gap now down to 0.7 of a second. Gap out front now 1.9 seconds. So Mav's starting to stretch his legs a wee bit, and he'll probably be hoping that Peck can hold Matt behind him for just a little bit longer. 13.5 minutes to go here in race 2, reverse grid order of the Tatuus Challenge Series here at Phoenix Sim Sport. And it is all kicking off here in race 2. A lot of action through basically the first 2 corners. Yeah, no. Turn 1 was alright, turn 2 was a bit chaotic. And it kind of extended, so lap 1 was a bit mental. It's not going to be helping that the track temp is now up to 37 degrees, so these medium runners, you know, are going to be hurting a little bit by the end of this one. The hard runners, which are only down to Savkin, Miku, Fiala. As it looks like Cabanas has got all over the back of Savkin. He has. Let's kind of keep on board with Cabanas, because Cabanas really needs to start making some positions and put some cars between him and Miku if his championship battle for P2 has got any chance of survival right now. Miku leading that run, and with his win in race 1 extending that points lead to Cabanas in the championship. But after all the action of lap 1, start of lap 2, it's kind of thrown things up in the air at the moment. Gap to the front, 1.3, so Mav has made a mistake at some point, letting Peck kind of close up by 0.6 of a second. We see Miku, there we go, Miku starting to pump in some proper lap times. Second of the drivers to hit a 1:30, but the quickest one so far with a 1:30.845. Second quickest driver on the track so far, 4:19 with a 1:39.31. As we see Cabanas all over the back of Savkin. He is desperately trying to find that gap, to make that position and put some more time between him and Miku on track right now. But it is all kicking off right now. Peck is being very honest up front with Mav, and he's keeping him on his toes as we see Cabanas make the move. Dive. Savkin very late on the brakes, locks up, but he holds it. And he sticks the line round the outside, leaving Cabanas really nowhere else to go. And this is just drawing Miku in even closer. He'll be sitting there rubbing his little hands together going, "Oh, light, I'll have a bit of this." And this will just be frustrating Cabanas right now. He really needs to get past Savkin. And he'll be desperate to do it before he gets to the start-finish straight. Gap out front now between Mav and Peck. 1.1 seconds, and then only 0.3 further behind it's Matt, and then it's 4:19 a few seconds down the road. Brizan not too far behind him. James in P6, and we're on board with this, which is P7. Savkin with Cabanas, as you can see, all the way over the back in P8, and he is looking to try and make his way around. It's all getting a bit tasty here. He's had to back off a bit early. Was there a bit of weaving? We'll probably find out later on. But Miku is going to get all in and about there. But I want to kind of get down to the front. What's happening with Mav right now? because he's lost a bit of second, as we see Peck making a really bad exit, and it looks like Matt might just have him, and he does. Matt takes P2 and will start chasing Mav. So Peck making a little mistake there, coming out of the second corner. That just lets Matt through. Peck just needs to keep his head down, and hopefully he can get himself a podium today, but it's not too far behind Peck. You see 419 on a charge with Prison right behind him as well. And Mav gapping 2 seconds now, so that mistake he had earlier has been negated by the mistake by Peck in the battle with Matt. But Matt is no slouch, and he'll be sniffing a victory and taking it from Mav. Would you like an onboard cam? An onboard cam of who? Mr. Shinzo, who would you like to follow? And the race is going well. I'll tell you what, we're going to go have a little onboard with let's have a little on board with Peck right now. P3 started pole, and he's chasing Matt, who passed him just over a lap ago. And we see Mav out front. So Mav from Matt, from Peck. You can see 419 in the rearview mirror. He's getting closer. He's getting closer with Prison right behind him there as well. And there's just a little bit of a further gap down, another like 4.5 seconds further back to James. Savkin is still staying ahead of Cabanas, which must be seriously infuriating him, because Miku is catching all the way back of Cabanas right now. Fiala has obviously had a few mistakes, and he has dropped off to the back of the pack. But yes, very warm welcome from you, Shinzo, our Season 13 champion. Not racing today, but has graced us with his presence here in the chat. So good to see you, buddy. It's a shame you're not out on track. This has been some action. And am I to say this and believe what I'm saying? Mav is extending the gap to Matt out front. 2.2 seconds the gap now. It's only a second between Matt and Peck right now. Peck really does well in the second races, does run really wide there. But I think he's being helped at the fact that Prison is putting 419 under a serious amount of pressure. As you can see there, they are not too far behind right now. On board with our leader, gap down to 2 seconds, so Matt is definitely pushing. Matt with the faster lap so far. And I think Discord has decided it's just had enough and is down. And it's back up again. There we go. All good for me to know. So Matt P2, Peck in P3, and then we have this one, which is 419 being chased by Prison. But I kind of want to have a little sneak peek back here at what's going on. So we're going to have a little ball on board with Cabanas. And look at that in the mirror, it's Miku. Quickest man on track right now with a 130.5. 6 and a bit minutes to go, folks. These mediums will be starting to come away. The hards will be coming into it. This is probably why Sapkin is now starting to gap Cabanas. And that little battle that they had earlier on, Cabanas just couldn't manage to find a way past Savkin, which would have infuriated him. He would have enjoyed being a few more places ahead of Miku right now in their championship battle. But it wasn't to be. A rare mistake from Miku on lap 2. Put him from P4 all the way back down to the back of the grid. Made himself up to P9, but hasn't really progressed as fast as I thought he would have. Oh, Cabanas sliding it through the last corner there. It's just showing that he is pushing everything to the limit. But Miku, we're going to go on board with Miku as he... We're going to go on board with Miku, please. Thank you very much. As he chases down Cabanas right now. So this is P2 in the championship, chasing down P3 in the championship. I can tell you something, P3 in the championship would quite happily be a few more places ahead right now, especially with Miku winning race number 1 this afternoon. But we are seeing Miku push now. Those hards have definitely came alive, and those mediums must be suffering. Gap to the front now between Mav and Matt is 1.7 seconds. As we see Peck getting demoted down now to P4. 419 taking P3. Brisen still in P5, James in P6. So no matter what happens now, if Peck finishes where he is, oh, I say that as he drops down to P5, unfortunately. Oh, P6, so it looks like Peck's had an accident somewhere. So he drops down to P7, P8, we've passed him. Peck has made a mistake and gone into the gravel behind us somewhere. Oh, that is highly unfortunate for Peck. He was doing so well. They had 5 minutes to go for a good result in this race, but something's happened, and we're seeing Peck tumble down the order to P9 now. That is highly unfortunate. He was running so well, as we see Cabana really stepping the back end out. That's going to let Miku have a glorious run here down into the slipstream. And is he going to make a move into T1? We're going to see he pulls out. No, he's sitting behind him. Ah, I see. Smart Miku. He's going to get him on the next straight and make a run down into T2. Gap to the front still 1.7 seconds, 4 minutes to go. Are we going to see Miku make the move here? We are. Miku dives down the inside of Cabanas, down into the braking zone for T2, down the inside, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, bit of a squirrel at the back. And is Cabanas going to have the run? It looks like he might. Cabanas coming back at Miku up the inside there, so the old switchback working. Can see the Peck at the back of this. Is Cabanas going to make the dive down the inside? Oh, there's contact between Cabanas and Miku. Oh no, we don't want to be seeing this. The championship. They're fighting for P2 in the championship right now, these two, and they're wheel to wheel. Miku coming out the victor of this one, but Cabanas obviously struggling now on those tyres. Oh, I say that as we watch Cabanas spin it out behind Miku, and that is that. Cabanas dropping down behind Peck into P9. What a shame, but you just saw it under braking, goes into the turn. List just couldn't do anything about it. Those mediums are done and dusted. Miku then making his way up into P7 and now chasing the back of Savkin. On board with Matt, 3 minutes to go as he chases down P1 Mav. He's gapped out very well. There's 3.2 seconds down to 4:19. And this is going to be something incredible to watch for sure. Can Mav hold on for a victory here in the Tatuus series at the Red Bull Ring? Oh goodness, this man. He'd be smiling like a Cheshire cat if he can pull this off. And of course it would be today, the one day of all days. I unfortunately don't have the time to sit about and do post-race interviews because I'd love to hear the voice of Mav after this one if he can pull this off. Unfortunately it's just not going to happen. Maybe folks we can do some pre-recording ones, we'll just see what can happen. But Matt now, he's really starting to close up to the back of Mav. On board. We're just going to follow on board with Matt for a while now as he chases the back. Remember, Matt is so good on these medium tyres in any kind of class of racing he does. He's so gentle with them, and we can see the gap coming down and down. Can Mav hold on? Should be 2 laps left. So this one more, and then that will be it. So Matt is running out of time to make a move. Rest of the field seems pretty spread out now, so without any major incidents, I can't see many other positions changing, so I kind of want to keep an eye on Matt and Mav right now, the battle for the lead. You see a little lock up there from Mav. Again, Matt, nothing wrong, doesn't lock up the tyres, nice gentle exit, not putting any stress on the rear axle whatsoever, and it's, you know, he's not bringing the gap down by much. But if he can just keep this pressure on Mav, maybe he can force him into a mistake. Mav goes a little bit deep there, but manages to get himself a really good exit. Miku is now chasing all over the back of Savkin. We can see for P6, Miku is now running a 130.1, so he's now almost like 7/10 faster than anyone else around him. Here he is. catching up to the back of Savkin. He had dropped a little bit of time there, so he's had a mistake at some point or another. Gap to the front now. What's going on at the front? 0.6 of a second. Has Mav made another mistake? We're going into the final lap now, folks. This will be it. And we're going to stick with this battle between Matt and Mav. 0.5 of a second. So Matt has pulled in 7/10 in the last lap. So it is possible for him to catch the back of Mav and pass him. Miku does get past Savkin 4P6. Current running order is Mav, who you see ahead of us. I think, yeah, it went down briefly. It's back up for me now, Shinzo. But yeah, this will be very interesting. We see Matt all over the back of Maverick, and this could be it. Can Matt put the pressure on Mav into the next turn? He's got the grip, he's got the power, he's going to go round the outside, folks. And we want to kind of get ourselves to a wider camera for this one as these two battle it down at the next corner. Mav will have the inside line. Who's going to come through the apex first? He's lost it. Matt's going to take the lead. Mav, he's not going to hold it round the outside, I don't think. He's trying, but it's going to be a last lap wonder from Matt by the looks of things. I want to switch down to Mav, and we're going to go back to a first-person perspective, but it looks like Matt is going to take the checkered flag from Mav. Mav leading since lap 1, losing out to Matt there, but it's not over yet. 2 corners still to go. Matt going wide, Mav going wide, having to let off the throttle there. Is he going to have a good enough exit? But Matt... Oh no! Mav's let it go! He's going to cross the line! It's Mav! Mav's done it! Mav's done it! Mav's won! Oh no, we're on the final lap! I thought we had one more lap to go! Why is it saying final lap? Is it checkered flag? What's going on? What's happening? Is there a lap to go? Isn't there a lap to go? According to me, it says final lap. But I think that was it, folks. The timer was out. I think we're just having a mistake on the board. And if that is that, it is Mav who wins from Matt. Wow! What an absolute... I'm so glad we got that on board, folks. What an absolute crazy last sector there. Fantastic driving from both Matt and Matt. We got ourselves a legendary finish. Absolute cinema. You are right, Shinzo. Absolute cinema. Matt will be absolutely gutted he lost that on the last turn. Mav obviously letting off with the second to last turn because he ran wide. Matt running wide on the last turn, having to let off, giving Matt the better drive up to the line. There was contact between them. Mav held it. Matt did kind of spin, but that was it. Wow! Oh, I'm almost out of words. I'm probably more exhausted than the guys on the track after that. But a huge congratulations to Mav. You know what? I am going to pull an extra 5 minutes. Hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. Let me just... I think everyone's actually out the Discord. Oh, they all are. Everyone collapsed on Discord. Oh, darn. So I can't really pull anybody up, I don't think. No, everybody left due to Discord. How lovely. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, dearie me. I wished we could have pulled some drivers in for a little chat now. I wish I had the time. But that is it, folks. I couldn't quite tell you the exact results of that race because it was so mental at the end and I was trying to focus in on the end result. But Mav picking up a win here in the Tatuus series. Matt looked like it was second place. Yeah, Discord did die. I noticed it kind of cutting out in the middle of the stream, guys. But oh my goodness. What a race. I am so glad we caught that final one, guys. Really, really glad I did. What a championship battle. I can basically see what happened to the line then. Oh, 419, you're going to have to watch this back, my dude. You are really, really going to have to watch this one back. We were on board with Mav and Matt through the last part of the race and the last couple of quarters, my dude. What racing between the two. It was fantastic. Who won? Cause my game crashed. Mav. But wowee. Absolutely wowee. Let me just fill this out as endings. Yeah, that's how close it was at the end, guys. There was 1/100th of a second between Mav and Matt crossing the line. Now, I've seen some close finishes in this in the Phoenix Sim Sport categories the last few weeks, especially with the runnings in the MX5s between Shinzo and Miku. But my goodness. Wow. Just I don't have words. I can't put words into justice right now of what I just watched. What a final last lap, guys. Do watch back the VOD if you want, just to see that final. Just, so good. But folks, I do have to run. It is a short night for me, unfortunately. Thank you so much for joining me. That was just unbelievable. I think my voice box is gone. You guys have done it to me again. Remember, folks, if you are interested in joining us as much as we are coming to the end of Season 13 now, next week being the last race, Season 14 is just around the corner. So get yourselves signed up for that one. We'll be looking forward to it. And don't worry, it's not just Tatuus that we run here. It is the MX5s as well, and we have the VRCs running on a Sunday. So that is our Assetto Corsa lineup. We also have Assetto Corsa Competizione with the World Challenge on a Saturday, followed up by Le Mans Ultimate on the Saturday evening. So we like to keep ourselves extremely busy. Extremely busy. And I'm just going to double check. Yep, it's Yas Marina next week for the Tatuuses. And tomorrow night, guys, tune in for the Red Bull Ring National Circuit for the MX5s. Now, that one is a very close-knit competition. And I do believe we have a championship winner to announce tomorrow night, but we will double-check on that one with the results. But from me and everybody here at Phoenix Sim Sport, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. What a wonderful session that was. Really appreciate you being here, and have yourselves a very, very wonderful night. And we'll hopefully see you all again here tomorrow night for the MX5s. In the meantime, keep see, my voice is going. My brain is melted thanks to the action. Thank you very much, drivers. Have yourselves a very good evening. We'll catch you very, very, very soon. Good night.